Good afternoon, guys. It's 4:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is October 18. Today is a Monday. So let's start with the pre-market node, right? Okay. So right here. So yesterday's closing remark. That means Friday's closing remark, right? So I wanted to see ES buyers holding above this area, right, and take out 72 on Monday, right? And then sellers, I wanted to see them holding it below 55, right? And I wanted to see buyers holding above this area and then go higher, Dow for this, Russell for this, right? So overnight, let's move it here, right? So based on the Friday's price action, I wanted to see buyers holding above those certain levels, right? But in the overnight, it went below all those levels, right? So that brings some kind of selling activities, right? As we discussed in the pre-market voice in Discord around 9 o'clock, right? Before the market opens. So the guideline was this, right? This is what I wrote it at 6 in the morning, right? At that time price was at 50s, right? But I wrote this level for a reason, 32 or 36.50, right? That if buyers are legit, so despite that down move in the overnight, I was thinking that this could be the levels, this too, that it should hold. Now if they are legit from Friday, right? However, at that time later on 41 at that time was Globex low. So the idea was, if damn thing comes down to this area, it is basically a Globex low breakdown at that point, right? Because price was balancing around it, and in fact it was trading below 45, right, for ES. So not only it was holding below RTH low, but it was also breaking down below 41, and then it has to come here, right? So at that point visibly sellers are active, correct? So as per our method, ideally we should not go long here. We should wait, not first test, but we should wait and then go long. Okay, so keep that idea. I already explained this to you in pre-market in Discord, right? But whoever is not in Discord, I'm explaining it again. So there were multiple views, right? That why the hell, if this is breakdown going to happen, right? In order to come here, it has to break down below 41 and stay below 45. Then why the hell we have these levels here, right? If you are not supposed to buy, right? But there was a reason, right? I can't explain all this reasoning here, but there was a reason. I kept this area as a bold support and this area as a bold support as well, right? Both of them. There is a reason. Otherwise I would have kept only 32, right? But there was a reason, right? So you have to just go with my wording here. So what I was looking for is specific thing. I want price to break down below 41 and 45, and I wanted to see fail breakdown scenario, and that is the only way they can prove it. So I was thinking, I was doing reverse thinking, right? While everybody else are thinking that now it's going to tank, but I was thinking reverse even before it happened, right? So that is what I was looking for, right? And in fact this 36 held, right? And then price went higher, right? So for NQ, same thing, 66.86, right? And yesterday's RTH low are the key point, right? So it basically held above both of them, and it generated an up move, went above all these areas, right? That was targeted areas. So now it is up to almost at this point, right? And if it takes out this, NQ is full-blown buyers, buy BTFD, for midterm sellers, for midterm buyers actually. So Russell, it's a garbage, right? So I said 63, it's a key area, right? So buyers basically try to hold it, so this one was a gray area. So actually it's a good thing we did not trade it Russell today. 48 to 63 was a gray area, and you can see it just rotated at 63, and it's basically closed around 63, right? So it went from 48 to 63, and then breakout, and then spend entire afternoon there, breakout, went here, and then come back down here, right? So Russell is still kind of a gray. Dow nicely worked out, right? It went up to this 200 and then stop, right? But actually it's holding about this and this, so buyers are in control, right? From here also. Gold, no trading, so no need to discuss. Crude, yes, so crude specific thing, stick with buyers about this area, right? But this is in general statement. But for day trading, specific stuff below 82.10, look at my level, right? So draw a line there and you can see it. Intraday sellers may become active up to certain support below, right? So the moment it broke below these things, it went where? This bold area. It bounced from it. It went back where? So long from here, wait, it went back to 82.10, right? Take that area. This buyers who bought it from here, they become sellers, and then it tanked down from here, took out this area again, and then it stopped right here, 28, right? So that's how crude is, so you can trade actually both ways, right? But you are better off taking longs from certain levels. Overall bias is bullish above 32, right? So that is for intraday notes, right? Pre-market notes, and let's see how it played out, right? So here, that was the balance I was talking about. I was writing a note when price was here somewhere, right here. So at that time I knew there was a 41 low and price is trying to hold that level, right? And it was in fact holding above 45. But despite all this thing, right, I put these levels bold, 1 and 2, 36 and 32. There is a reason, right? I already explained it to you. So I was looking for a failed breakdown. So first time, after I wrote the notes here, right, around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, price came down, right, broke down below 41. At that time, many day traders would have shorted it right here. Many are waiting to short right here, right? I already explained this to you in pre-market, right? So that thing happened, right? And I was looking for a failed breakdown. So I went long right in the pre-market, right? And then I was holding to see whether it goes above 41, 45, all these levels. So 72 was my ultimate goal, this area. So then what happened, right? So then you can see it. The 41 guys here, they tried to short it, but they couldn't hold it. See that? Then of the open, most likely as we discussed, it might open around 45, right? So it did open around 45, right? And then as expected, people are waiting to short, they shorted it. Fine, right? You can join them if you want to, right? That was I said. But you rather wait and see what's going on, right? When it came down here, now you are interested to see what's going on here, right? Can it break through this bold level and go here, or holds it here and go higher back above 41, 45, right? So the moment you see the bounce here, right? So I actually went long, added here more, right? But I know what I was thinking. But for you guys, to be safer side, these things, if you go long here, you have to put your stop at 31 to cover both the bold area, right? So risk is low also, because you are covering both bold support. Now, but that's a risky proposition also at the same time, right? Because of this breakdown and all this thing. So the ideal way to do it is, that's why you see a different arrow here, right? So you have to be little bit cautious, right? Since if you are new traders, you have to be cautious. So the more you are looking for all the signs now, right? So now you know the second time it tested it, it bounced, right? All you are looking for is what? Price to go above 41 to go long. So that's your first trading opportunity, right? Then what you want to see is price going above 45, yesterday's low. If it does, you go long right there. That's your second trading opportunity to go long, if you missed out the first two longs, right? Now if you go long at 45, your stop would be below 41. If you go long at 41, your stop would be below 36. That's how you have to play it. And then no more longs after that. Ideal locations were this, right? And then you target what? 53, scale, gap fill would be the ideal exit, right? And if you're still holding it, 72. These are the ideal exit. Ideally 60 area was the ideal exit for the day, and then do not bother to trade, That's all you're looking for, few points a day, Consistency is important. How many points doesn't matter. Consistency of few points a day, let's say 5 points a day, will get you to $100,000 a year. But consistency is the key. So now later on, this is another trade, that was available to us. I took this one, but so this one was it's a little divergence, so I was looking at 80, right? It was going higher, and then price, this is the gap fill gap fill sellers, right? They usually short here, right? But today is not the day to short, right? As I said, stick with longs. So this is not the day to short, right? So we are ignoring short, so let them short, right? So they shorted it, right? Price came down, it held it. Look at AD, momentum was holding, right? Look at AD was consistently higher here, right? Then it second time tested it here, right? AD was still there, right? And then it trying to go higher. So this was the location right here, 57. You can try to go long, expecting a breakout of 60, because now initially of the open, when price was here, we were thinking it may be a bearish divergence, bearish disconnect. But by the time when price goes here, AD was almost right here. Even with this down move, you can see it, AD was trending higher, right? So most likely it will take out this gap fillers, and AD will trend to go higher. So here you can make a case and go long and target 72, and that's it. After that, no more trading. And that is why I said, right, that this is a good area. This area and this area are good bold levels. This is exchange area, this is a bold level, right? Price tends to hold up here. It's a magnet area, and you can see it clearly. It just bounced back and forth here, right? Nothing it achieved, barely few points. So it's not worth your time to trade in this chart. You rather do something positive. Be prepared for tomorrow's trading. Come up with the levels or something. Draw lines, but don't bother wasting your time 3-4 hours. You can literally see it, 69 to 77, 7-8 point, but almost it took what, how many hours? See that? Versus this, only 1 or 2 hours. So it's a waste of time, garbage. So don't trade it. When I say do not trade, when I say day is over, something like that, stop trading, because usually most of the time, 80% of the time, you will waste your time, just for 4 or 5 points. And so anyway, that's a done deal for yes today. Now tomorrow, I want to see what overnight, guys, holding above 55 as a backup. Best area is this 68. That's where it tried to hold it here. So damn thing needs to hold it above these things. In order to go to 86 or 4500. If it breaks below these things, then it will easily go down to 55, and then it has to decide. And then still it can go higher, and then it can reach 4486 and maybe 4500. That's a maybe question, but we'll see how it goes overnight. In the overnight will tell us more, and then we can have our clues, and then I'll come up with more levels, but for now assume buyers about this and this, right? So that be all for today, and rest I will put it in under the closing remark, all the instruction for the overnight and for tomorrow's trading ideas, and then rest I will cover, remaining I will cover in the pre-market notes tomorrow morning around 5 o'clock or 6 a.m. in the morning, and then we'll come up with a plan. And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.